that's where a great place to build is at rock bottom.
Hi, this is Terri. I've lost 180 pounds on a meat-focused, low-carb diet. I've managed to maintain since 2022. Stick around because I never know what adventure I'm on.
I was sitting here listening to Caleb while I was getting ready, and I heard somebody said this, and I was like, whoa. They said, rock bottom is the best place to build your foundation. That applies to so many different things. And then not just your faith with God. So this isn't preachy. I'm talking about, I've hit rock bottom with relationships. I've hit rock bottom with my health, my food, my faith. I've hit rock bottom with self-love. And but it's interesting because after I saw that, or after I was kind of marinating on that, I was like, rock bottom. You hit the bottom and there is a solid rock. So when I heard that, it was like, so like different people have asked me different things about people who are obese and they're like, maybe you could just teach them this or teach them that. I'm like, no, they haven't hit their rock bottom yet. Because I had to hit rock bottom to care about particular things. So let's start them off. Like my relationships, I had to hit rock bottom and get divorced twice to realize, maybe I'm part of the problem. Maybe I, need to fix myself and not allow myself to choose men who are not good for my mental health. Maybe I need to work on Terri and figure out how to build Terri up instead of letting Terri be, the same scared, intimidated, little fat kid in her brain, So I need to build Terri up. And rock bottom, you don't get any more hard than a rock. So that's amazing to hear and think about. The rock is the bottom. And if that rock is the foundation that I'm building my personal mental health on, then, it's going to be solid versus building it while it's up in the air or building it while it's in the sand. So that's like, like relationship and personal health, personal mental health, working on that. Then you got your physical health. How many times somebody's like, yeah, I smoke, but I'll quit someday. Oh yeah, I eat processed foods, but I'll quit someday. Oh yeah, I know I got the diabetes. I'll change what I'm doing someday. Then something happens and they have a heart attack or they have stents or they go into diabetic ketoacidosis or they have seizures or whatever it is they have. And then they start over at rock bottom and they're like, oh, okay, I guess I have to care. And so at that rock bottom foundation, then it's like, okay, then we put in the research, we put in the work, we put in the thinking, we put in the applying what we learn. And so, until we actually hit rock bottom and truly care about something that we don't normally care about, we're just, flowing back and forth. And so that's health and food. For me, my rock bottom was 340 pounds, pre-diabetic, insulin resistance, PCOS, CPAP, wearing a CPAP at night, swelling in my ankles and lower extremities, brain fog, just all the things that somebody at 340 pounds, the high blood pressure experiences. So I had to hit that rock bottom to where I was just tired of it. I was just tired of feeling that way, tired of not being able to wear clothes that are cute, look cute on my body. Sure, they made clothes for my body, but they didn't look cute on my body type at 340 pounds. So, I had to hit my rock bottom and then put in the research. So then I researched, okay, what are some ways out there to lose weight? I knew I'd lost weight on Weight Watchers. I knew I'd lost weight on Nutrisystem. And then I fell into a rabbit hole of PCOS and insulin resistance. And that's when I found low carb. And then that's whenever I started researching it and then applying it just a little bit and then applying it a little bit more and then doing low carb and then refining it. And so that is the foundation that my food health is based on. And then the other one is faith for me. And again, I'm not getting preachy, but I had to hit rock bottom in my life for me to be like, all right, God, I'm listening. What are you trying to tell me? Where do you want me to go? What do you want me to hear? And so I had to hit rock bottom with 2 failed marriages and poor health and changing my life and changing my mental health as I healed my body. I had to hit rock bottom before I could change any of those things, or each individual things each individual thing has their own rock bottom. So my health had a rock bottom. My eating had a rock bottom. My faith had a rock bottom. My relationships had a rock bottom. And so for me personally, and I know some people are the kind that they can look at somebody else and be like, I ain't doing that. So you learn by watching other people. But there's people like me who have to hit rock bottom to learn and then grow and then come out of that hole. And heck, let's talk financial rock bottom. You know, I know my finances. Y'all hear me whine about it. So, you know, I had to hit financial rock bottom, so to speak. And, you know, I'm trying to build financial smart ways of doing things, smart habits for my finances. So, you know, for me, I'm a rock bottom person. So when somebody says they're at their rock bottom, just understand that could honestly be a good thing. So yeah, I just want to share that with you because I heard that, and that's where a great place to build is at rock bottom. All right, words for thought.